There you go. What's going on around the circle? Gray and Phoebus both warned. New York by 2, 18.7 to go. Stewart tips it, and a foul called on Ionescu is going to put Hayes at the line with a chance to tie.
So there's always activity around the side. Sabrina going, is it the right arm that's up and kind of holding Hayes down? Is that why the foul is called?
I believe so. If New York wanted to challenge, they could. They will not. Hayes hits the first. The veteran, 71% on the season, 79% in her career. Yeah, I think too much of an extension with the right.
Yes.
And that's the correct call. Hayes to tie it here. Missed it. Ionescu the rebound. Vegas has to foul. They're not fouling. Ionescu escapes and then is given the contact. New York in the bonus. Free throws here for Ionescu, who has not shot one yet today. Jason Sudeikis nervously taking it all in, trying to quiet the crowd. Ionescu misses the first. 90% on the season and over 90% in her career. He's been excellent in this fourth to make it a two-point game. Ionescu got that one. Timeout Vegas. 11.6 to go in the fourth quarter of game 2. These rivals battling once again. New York an 84-82 lead on Las Vegas.
One of the things we've seen over the course of the last 3 seasons since Becky Hammon joined the WNBA as a head coach is that she is an elite play caller late game from the sideline.
Let's take a listen in to Becky Hammon.
Tip, you're coming through here. KP, you're going to screen A. A, you're coming to get Jack. If they switch, okay? If they switch, might be A. We only need a 2. This is a 2 or a 3. It's a 2 or a 3. How many time up there? One in a reset. Okay, 1 in a reset. Good. Crash the boards. Okay, crash the boards.
Multiple screening action, and we saw it a couple of years ago with Vegas against Seattle. They had Asia Wilson setting a screen and then slipping, getting an easy look at 2 for Jackie Young.
Here we go. 11.6 to go in the fourth quarter of game 2. New York, a 1-0 series lead in these best-of-5 semis. A 2-point lead tonight. Gray will inbound. Hayes, Plum, Young, and Wilson on the floor with Gray. Gray looking in. Plum flashed open. Dangerous bounce pass goes out of bounds. Last touch, Phoebus. Phoebus wants New York to challenge it. And I think they're going to. Let's see, Rebecca.
Clearly, I think it's clearly off a Plum. The question then becomes, do you say, well, Phoebus fouled her? And you can take that into account. You can't call the foul, but you could take that into account in terms of who the ball went off.
On the floor is Las Vegas basketball. New York is taking a timeout to challenge the play.
Now, it's so wonderful you brought that up because we have so many new fans to our league this year, and the WNBA is the only basketball league in this country. We can't account for every other country in the world, but the only basketball league in this country in which what you just described is a rule. If they deem that the ball is off of Plum, but it is only off of Plum because of an uncalled foul on Phoebus, they can award possession to Las Vegas. Whereas in the NBA or in college, you cannot do that.
Yes, is it clear and conclusive?
All right, here we go.
So after review, we have a successful challenge by New York. The ball is seen hitting Kelsey Plum's shoulder prior to going out of bounds. The game clock will be reset to 10 points.
Center erupts. Feebish, the defensive disruptor, a difference maker in 2024 for New York, comes up with a big stop. And now New York will inbound with 10.5 to go in this fourth, and the Liberty leading by 2. Liberty now out of challenges. They've had 2 successful ones tonight. Vandersloot to inbound. Doesn't get it to Feebish. Looking for Ionescu. Has her. Ionescu's fouled as Sabrina Ionescu goes into the lap of Carmelo Anthony. Gives him a little tap. And Sabrina Ionescu will shoot 2.
Trying to get the ball into the hands of the best free throw shooter. Soft landing.
One of the best New York ballers of all time. Ionescu hits the first. Went 1 for 2 moments ago. This the all-important free throw to make it a 2-possession lead. She got it. 86-82, New York in front. Vegas takes a timeout. They still have their reset in which they can advance the basketball and substitute, but not huddle. Meanwhile, on the Vegas side of things, what are you looking for here from Becky Hammond? 8.9 to go, down 4.
I think you could look for either a quick 2 or a 3. Chelsea Gray has always been exemplary in these late game moments. High ball screen perhaps with Chelsea Gray and Asia Wilson. Let the defense pick their poison.
Obviously got to go in a hurry, down 2 possessions. Gray will inbound. Looking inside, finds Wilson. Wilson, the jab step, the jumper is good with 5.6 to go. 2-point game, and now New York will take a timeout.
So on one end, when Vegas had the ball out of bounds, they had their best passer, Chelsea Gray, inbounding the basketball because you need to have a clean look. Who will New York have taking the ball out here? Courtney Vandersloot.
5.6 to go in the fourth quarter of game 2. New York a 1-0 lead in these best-of-5 semis.
Last 2 minutes, you can inbound it into the backcourt. New York with 2 players in the backcourt, 2 in the front.
Vandersloot to inbound. Vandersloot looking for someone, gets it to Stewart, and Stewart is fouled with 5 seconds remaining. Now, on that inbound, Vandersloot, if she was stuck up against the 5-second clock, could have used the reset then as well.
I don't know that New York knew that, though. Because Sandy Brondello said in the huddle, you know, not sure we have that you can use the reset for that.
And that's one of the aspects of a new rule. Meanwhile, Stewart hits the first to make it a 3-point game. Critical free throw here. Vegas just with its reset left. Stewart makes it a 4-point game. 88-84. New York in front with 5 seconds to go. And here, if you're New York, still nowhere near a 3-point shooter.
Correct.
Although it seems like defenders always still contest in these spots. New York runs away. Young can't hit the 3. Game 2 belongs to the New York Liberty.